Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, an Empyre Avengers ancillary issue number 2 of, I believe, 3. Anyway, this was actually pretty good. There were some slow parts in here. That's fine. They actually worked for the story, the pacing of the story. It worked well. Let's get talking about who made the comic book, and we'll talk more about the book itself. Writer Jim Zub, artist Carlos Magno, and Espen Grundjern on color art. Espen, please do not get mad at me if you ever see me in real life because I'm always butchering your name. I'm trying. But your name actually needs to come with, like, the phonetics involved because, like, wow, brother. VC's Ariana Maher on letters, and the covers by Paul Bernard. Variant cover out there also. Carlos Lau does the graphic design. Stanley Jack Kirby created the Avengers. So we get a whole bunch of different parts of the world dealing with what they're dealing with, and I like that about this issue. Like, this isn't even the main title. This isn't the Avengers book, and it's not the Empyre main book, and yet this book feels like it's doing more to explain everything that's happening in all the different worlds and realms or whatever, in order to let us know what's going on, and all in just one lousy page, which is pretty cool considering we're actually only dealing with, what, 5 characters in this book, and they're not even all together. One of the things I remember saying with this Empyre event with the Kotatl actually being evil, I hate that, but I was like, oh, well, so, like, what's going to happen with Plant Man? I don't remember which review it was, but if you go back and you look at them, you'll find it. Let me know if you find it, because I actually forgot. I mentioned Plant Man, though. At some point, he's got to show up. Otherwise, everybody's screwing up, right? So he shows up in this one. Honestly, like, real talk, leave it to Zub to make sure that he doesn't forget what is probably not the most important character of the Marvel Universe, but for this story, like, why wouldn't you have Plant Man being a part of this? Honestly. So, cool. I'm glad that he actually showed up at some point, and he's keeping a couple of heroes busy. Oh, couple more heroes. Okay, fine, there's more than just 5. There's really only 5 heroes that actually do anything important in here. And one of them is actually Black Knight and freaking Scarlet Witch and Shauna the She-Devil and Kazar and their son. And they have to try and rescue her from the mental anguish of being possessed, because it's more like gaslighting than possession, because she was doing what she thought she was supposed to do, but she was tricked into doing it. So I think that was more like gaslighting. Is gaslighting a mind control ability? It should be. Lots of people do it. Men, women, you name it. Lots of people gaslight. Our governments, damn it, our governments gaslight the hell out of us. So in this particular case, we see that Shauna was actually in her own mindscape. Whoa now. I genuinely hope that something becomes out of this. Zub is the guy who doesn't usually make mistakes. Yeah, the guy could freaking make mistakes. God forbid you call him out his mistake. He's going to come back on your channel and freaking pimp slap you. Be like, ha, I'm right and you're wrong, and this is why. And damn it. Nonetheless, he shows Shauna is actually in the mindscape. Now, the mindscape is actually that place in between the astral plane, because I'm thinking, why wouldn't she just go to the astral plane to figure things out, right? Well, she goes to the mindscape. And then also in between the, kind of like the nightmare realm, kind of like the prime material realm. Like, there's a bunch of stuff over here, but the astral plane is over here. And if you want to get to the astral plane, you kind of have to go through this way. So I want to know, why the mindscape? And was it actually the mindscape, or was it her personal mindscape, which is odd to me. I don't remember there being individual mindscapes, because they did mention her mindscape. This is also the place where the Sleepwalker would usually hang out, was the mindscape, where he would get the dream space to actually start working to fend off the nightmare realm and all the crazy stuff that happened there. I almost feel like he should show up in this. I almost feel like that should happen. We're going to see the conclusion of this in the next issue, because, yeah, I'm going to show you. I'm going to do a spoiler. I'm going to show you the last page here in the Empyre issue 5, which just came out this week also. I said that T'Challa got stabbed through the heart. Well, it looked like he got stabbed through the heart, but here's the spoiler. Go away. Piss off if you don't want the spoiler. In this one, Khazar actually gets stabbed straight through the heart. Now, I know there's going to be some people or a bunch of little smartasses talking about, well, technically, if you feel your heartbeat, it's actually over your left breast. Listen, jackass, all right? The heart is here. It's a little bit to the left. Little bit to the left, okay? But if you stab somebody through the freaking chest, you're getting their heart also, okay? Just, I don't want to hear the freaking nonsense. Plus, look at it. Look at it. Even if you said like, oh, but it would have went between the lungs, so technically he survived. Really? So did it bypass the central nervous system and the spine also? Bruh. Stop. Homeboy got killed. Khazar is dead. If Khazar is not dead in the next issue, write me up as pissed. Not that I want to see Khazar died, but seeing people like this dude should be dead. Like, he's a regular human who's just really pumped up. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's blonde Tarzan. The guy should be dead. All right? And I would love to see something actually become of that. Maybe Man-Thing brings him back with like swampy tentacles and stuff. I don't know. But Homeboy should definitely be dead. And hopefully this turns into something. We were supposed to see the I forgot to mention when I actually did the review for it, but Black Panther, Agents of Wakanda, there was supposed to be the tie-in ancillary issues with just the tie-ins, I believe. Anyway, whatever it was supposed to be with the Empyre stuff. We're not going to see that now. But here's the thing, when Zub writes a tie-in or ancillary, he always makes it important to the actual team or the character that he's writing for. So of all the ones that I was looking forward to, that was the one I was actually really looking forward to, or the two. There's supposed to be two of them, I believe. I was really genuinely looking forward to those. So I still want to see that story. So is this a possibility that now this could lead into something else that Zub could start writing? Because I know the guy's busy, but for the love of God, man, like, aside from seeing Scarlet Witch and Dr. Voodoo together, which nobody freaking asked for, and I'm not going to let that one go, I do want to see where this is going to go. I wanted to see it actually go someplace first. Then I want to see where it's going to go. Anyway, guys, this was a really good issue, as should be expected. We're always going to get something that typically will have some kind of a long-lasting effect, right? The first book I ever read by Zub was actually the one that he did with Ario and Indito, the Empyre tie-in, where you found out, what's her name? The White Queen. She's Emma Frost. She is still alive, and look at what she's actually doing. She was taking over Zorn. That was a pretty freaking big deal. That was a really big deal. So ever since, I've always known this guy is going to write something that is going to be interesting, that's going to potentially have longer lasting effects. And I almost feel like Marvel should kind of recognize that. Let the guy do a little bit more of his writing. Honestly, I think like him and Cebulski are probably the two who have the best knowledge of Marvel history. I don't know how good Zub's far back history is in the Marvel comics, but whatever. Everything that he writes about, he knows what he's doing. He has stuff to back it up, and he can point to the issues. He needs to do that more often, but still. Anyway, guys, good issue. Definitely check this out. If this one doesn't go anywhere, I almost feel like I should eat my tie. I won't be wearing a tie, but nonetheless. All right, guys, I'm out. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.